good? Yo, I will tell you what's good. Got the beautiful sun. It's a beautiful day. So it's a day that the Lord has made. And why not? Welcome to another episode of Trina Travels, where I, Trina, travel to pop up in different cities, get some drone footage, eat, and show you a couple of interesting things. So today, I got my mask because today is a special day. Why is it special? Because today I am in H-Town. I'm in Houston. So, why am I in Houston? Oh, Market Mondays is here. Earn your leisure. Market Mondays, Rashad Bilal, Troy Millings, Ian Dunlap, and I don't know who else is going to be on the panel. But today, I can't wait to see how this Market Mondays is going to be. I cannot wait to see how this is gonna, what they're going to do. So I am in Houston for Market Mondays on a Saturday, but Earn Your Leisure Market Mondays. Trust me, if you are not watching this media company, these guys, just by me listening to them, I have learned so much. I have even opened up my own investment account because of these guys encouraging me, encouraging us on what to do, what companies to invest in. Even Wall Street Trapper talks about look at the labels that you got. So invest in those companies because you're already buying their stuff. So invest in the companies that you are already buying. Apple, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, all of those. Invest in those companies. But let's go. Let's get it. So I am here at Mr. Potato because my stomach is empty. So it is time to eat, and I've already ordered. I'm waiting on my food. It is. But I am waiting on my food. Fried lobster. Oh. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I forgot I was recording. This is so good. I know I'm hungry. The cheese, the pork, The shrimp, the crawfish, the lobster. Good. Just good. Just good. This is, you know, the food good when you ain't got nothing to serve. But just eat. I'm good. I'm still working on it.
I can get you a box when you're ready as well. You just register when you're ready to check out as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I enjoyed everything so far. You like it?
I couldn't talk. I could not talk. It was so good.
They have the same thing as the super seafood, but you should try it next time. So no lettuce choice. So instead of the lobster tail on top, you still get the shrimp, the crawfish, the sauce. Only difference is if it's a catfish, they can have jalapenos on top. And that was really good.
It sounds good. Minus the jalapenos.
Minus jalapenos, yes, ma'am.
That does sound really good.
More jalapenos on it for you. Get you on a potato as well. This one I get, and I can never finish it. So I can only imagine that one as well. I can only imagine, trust me. But that one I get really good. I think you like it.
Oh yeah. Oof. Oh my gosh. So, my friend sent me a TikTok. And this guy was talking about black-owned restaurants here in Houston. Mr. Potato was one of the restaurants that he named. I'm so full. I completely forgot that I was filming, because that food was so good. You know the food is good when you ain't got nothing to say but just eat. When you are speechless. That food left me speechless. My stomach is very full right now. I really feel like I need to go walking around, but it's hot. That food, oh my gosh. That food's so good. So good. So good. I'm gonna just save this on my Google Maps. Mr. Potato, sir, thank you. Thank you. I will be full for the rest of the day, actually. I do believe that. I believe I will be full for the rest of the day. Shoot a couple rounds. Well, you know, one box of ammo. But that was probably when I did like 25 feet, which was like all the way back. That's probably where I hit. And also hit around here. You know, y'all, this thing big, kind of big. But got some headshots. I got that. I was trying to do that on purpose. I couldn't get this one. I got it up. Got it right there. I was trying to get right here, but I got it up there. So dude gave me some tips on how to hit that. But lots of body shots. Few headshots. my favorite. A few groin shots. Yeah, a few groin shots. I wasn't even aiming. I didn't think I was aiming that low. Even at the very, this is at the very bottom. But I was able to get this one. And again, couldn't get that one. I couldn't get anything. Couldn't really get the targets on this side. That's about as close as I got. But cause like that thing had a whole lot of kickback. And but for all the kickback that it had, a lot of body shots, a lot of center mass shots, which was the main goal that I was aiming for. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I just need to keep practicing, and I do plan on getting me something. So I am at the Hobby Center. Yeah, Hobby Center for Performing Arts. And Market Mondays is about to start. We've got about 5 more minutes. They're not letting folks in until it is
Y'all give us good energy so we can give y'all that good energy. We can communicate and get that going on tonight. Y'all make some noise for Troy and Rashad!
Southside. Hey, that's crazy. What we got? Galveston, Texas? Anybody? Dallas, Texas? It was started with an iPhone and an idea. Exactly. Nobody thought that it could go this far, but God did. That's a fact. So we here for Market Mondays. If you love Market Mondays, make some noise.
You know that they didn't have a lot of original content because it wasn't based on original content. It was about streaming at first. And for the first 10 or 15 years of that, they were dominating. But as soon as people decided to say, hey, they're winning in the streaming space and we want to do our own streaming, whether it's Peacock or it's HBO Max or it's Paramount, once they started getting their content back, and now you don't have to pay more money to put out more content, it led into a huge problem. And so debt was one of those issues. But mobile, right? When we talk about a competitive advantage, what is their competitive advantage now? When you have all these other streaming services that are out here, Disney Plus, you know, I'm big on Disney Plus, we'll talk about Disney, I'm sure. When they don't have a competitive moat and they're in extreme debt and there's no way really to come out of it, right? Because they haven't made money in a sense where they're just relying on subscribers and they're putting a cost on you, it's like, well, how do we get out of this? So those are like two of the major things that are just alarming for now, but I'm sure there's plenty of other things that they're gonna be spending that will come out later too.
The biggest one, you cannot have a low-priced based business if you have a ton of debt. So if you believe in acquiring debt, you need to have a higher price point. Mm-hmm. So for those in real estate, if you can move a property for $500,000, not bad to take on debt. If you are having people join your service for $9 a month and all your cousins had a password, it's not a sustainable model. Then also too, a big thing that I want you guys to write down and remember, war takes away all profitability. So when the Russia-Ukraine thing popped off, you guys realize they lost 700,000 subscribers in Russia. Mm-hmm. But see, some of you like, I'll sell to Russia right now and get to 700,000. So you cannot have a high debt, low price point business, especially going into a recession. And the same thing that ended up killing Blockbuster, which was debt, is going to end up killing Netflix.
Yeah, and when we talk about the debt, it's just being compounded. right? So as you lose original content, then you have to spend for original content. So we were reading this article the other day, and I was like, Stranger Things, which is the #1 show. Any of y'all kids watch Stranger Things?
Yes.
Yeah. And so this numbers are pretty alarming. They paid $30 million in episodes for Stranger Things for season 4.
And let's be real,
30 million.
it's not worth 30 of the show.
Exactly. 30 million, bro. So 30 million per episode. We figure they do 10 episodes, you're talking 300 million just for one show, right? Then you take into the fact that, shout out to Chappelle, he got a $70 million deal. Shout out to Eddie Murphy, he got a $70 million deal.
And put out no content yet.
Not yet, right? So we're talking about, and who knows what they'll do with Chris Rock. I'm sure he'll get something. Shout out to Chris. But that's our brother. That's our brother. But you gotta think that's $500 million on 4 projects. And so when you think about that, like where are they gonna get the money from? So obviously they said, all right, we'll raise the price to $19.99. It was cool when it was $9.99. Nobody cared, and we could share passwords, right? But when it's $19.99, now you gotta think about it. Now because there's more competition, you're thinking like, all right, well I got this streaming, I got this streaming. Do I really need this $19.99? And so it becomes a real problem. And then on top of it, and now they're saying like, hey, we're gonna cut back on you sharing your password. Show of hands, who's sharing their Netflix password right now?
Y'all lying shit, raise your hands. See?
Outside that line, come on. So, yeah. So, once they start talking about they're not gonna allow you to share your
You heard how
password.
loud they were though?
Yeah, they're like, nah. I mean, Shotty ain't raised his hand, but he got mine. I don't know why he didn't raise his hand, Shotty.
Shotty too playing for that.
Back to it.
Y'all partners.
How you get mine? Oh, you know what's I'm about to say,
Now imagine if that was your business, and let's say you own a Louis store. That's like letting people go in the Galleria and just take everything they want for 15 out of 16 items. Is that sustainable?
Yeah, exactly.
No. Also, last thing, whenever a company is telling you their price strategy, you have to see what kind of multiple they're expecting. Netflix has been telling you for 5 years we expect to break even at best. Do you want to be at break even, or what we call in the hood broke? Or do you want to multiply? I want to put my money into businesses that are going to multiply. It was a great idea, but they are dead.
It is the last piece of it too. It's like those people who just raised their hands when they said they were sharing passwords, as soon as they say they stop, are those people now going to say, oh, we'll get our own? No. And so if this quarter was bad, right, they're like, hell no. Right, so if this quarter was bad, let's see how are we looking for the future?
Even worse,
right?
Recession.
And we live in an instant gratification environment. So it was cool when we could watch a show and binge watch it, but the problem is that you don't have enough shows. And so they did something sneaky this year. And any Ozark fans in here?
Yeah.
Ozark? Right, and so and this is like kind of sneaky, but if you think about it, it makes sense, right? Rather than letting you watch the whole season, because it was the last season, rather than watch it at once, they split it up in 2. Right, so they can delay you watching. Where it was Narcos, it was September. I watched it in one day, now I have to wait a year and a half before it comes on again. It's just not a model that's sustainable.
So, all right. So for actual items that people can actually use, Troy, you mentioned mobile. You want to talk a little bit more about?
You want to go there right now? So if you think of it as a castle, the moat is the separation from that and the mainland, right? And so a lot of times you see water, and that would be the moat. But in businesses, there are different types of moats. We'll go through a few of them. All right, so notepads out. I'm gonna be a teacher again. Y'all ready for this?
Hey, let's go.
Janet said, Troy, can you do your teacher thing again? I said, I got you. All right, so let's do it. Well,
There you have it.
there you go.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got a shot in.
Keep home safe, everybody.
They got me on a projector. Yeah, so economic moats, right? So that's any factor that allows a company to provide a good or service that is similar to those offered by its competitors at the same time.
This comes up here. The secret is to invest long term into the market, trade, and have real estate. You notice when Matt and Chris speak, they're never sad. Never, because the value of those properties are going up. Now, if you're taking half of that percentage out of the market and then investing it, and then the next month taking half out and trading it, now you've made your own money machine. Thank you, I appreciate you. I'm gonna get to it later, don't worry. Number 2, look for stocks that are gonna be 90% off their all-time highs. 90% off their all-time highs. Mark them off now, so when it happens, you don't panic and don't DM me and be like, man, I need your advice. I told you on stage, 90% off. Because right now, if we're going to be honest, internationally, there may be 15 to 17 companies that are holding up the entire economy worldwide. Number 3, you have to build a business. I don't care what you do. You have to build a business and put it together. And number 4, they showed you the blueprint on how to do it. You have to network. I'm surprised at the number of you who have not come up to me and said, hey, I want to partner with you on something. I'll say, yeah, especially when you're up there. So you have to have a business, have to network, you have to be involved. They have an amazing episode on mobile park real estate. Like, there's value there. It's not having one or another. Only in our community do they say stocks or real estate, long-term or trading, networking or, it's everything. Everything. And the reason why I'm so excited, because people don't execute and don't apply, and everyone who does, this is going to be a time for you to make 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50 billion in a 4 or 5 year period and have and for those of you who think that you can't have it, I need you to say, I deserve to be rich. Say it out loud. The only thing that's stopping some of y'all from being here or having the accounts that we do is time in and believe in yourself. But if you are a child of God and you truly believe in God how you say you do, why are you so fucking afraid to execute there? So those are my 4.
Can I just add to what you said? Because it's important. I want everybody in Houston to hear this, right? Because we talk about generational wealth a lot. And we kind of said this too, was like, we only need one generation to get rich. That's it. And so I'm sure that there's plenty of people in here right now that they are the generation that's going to get rich for their family.
If you are the generation, say, I am the generation. Stand up. If you are the generation, say, I am the generation.
I've been doing this for 20 years. He said, I got a good opportunity. You want to invest? You know what I mean? So that's been my cheat code for everything I do. So I went from new construction townhomes to raising over $1 million in a crowdfund to buy a whole block to now I'm doing a $70 million development. I ain't never did no $70 million development.
Wow, clap it up for him. That is amazing.
What I knew was if I could get control of the property, and because of the location, because it's right at the intersection of I-10 and 59, there's a $2.4 billion development across the freeway. I was like, if I can control of that, developers all across the country are going to want to work with me for that. Mm-hmm. And so, that's been my philosophy. I don't wait till I learn it all. I control the opportunity first, put a little bit of money together, and then I'll figure out the rest on the way.
What are you looking for in a property to qualify as a great deal for you?
As a great deal? Well, each deal is different, and each one has its own set of criteria. I would say, for instance, like the crowdfund I did, where I raised over $1 million, and we had like individuals invest like $250. That one wasn't a big cash flow play, right? So all the shareholders that invested as little as $250, they get dividends, but they get like 4% twice a year based off of the rent profits. But the big play with that one is 3/4 of a mile from that $2.4 billion development. So the land value, the property value is going to triple. So for me, I'm looking at it as the total return on the investment between the two, the cash flow and the value appreciation of the asset.
And the last segment is Q&A. And we have none other than
Let's go, Stand up for Janet.
Drop, okay.
I had to do it. Where the ladies at?
you have it.
Shout out to all the earners. It's been amazing to see some of you guys and hug some of you. I can't wait till the end. You guys are amazing. I love y'all so much.
There you have it. EYL's Chancellor, Janet,
Yes.
is in the building. So, Janet, we got some questions.
Yeah, but in true Market Mondays fashion, I thought I'd give you guys an update.
Oh, let's do it. Let's go.
All
Tell
right.
Janet. Tell us what's going on.
All right. So, I know a few weeks ago I told you guys I was adding a travel nurse to the first floor unit of my house. I don't know if you guys remember. Do you guys listen to what I say? No.
All the time.
So she actually canceled on me last minute. So what I did is I added the unit to Airbnb. So now I have 2 Airbnbs, and I had my first guest.
Amazing.
And
Congrats.
I had my first 5-star review. So I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Shout out to UR University. honestly, I would not have done it without you guys, so.
Nah,
So love.
Amazing.
That's what community is about, right?
If you're ever in Providence, Rhode Island, you need an Airbnb.
Shout out to Pride. Everybody from Providence here? Make some noise.
Not one person.
Not one.
Shout out to
My sister.
On Dow Jones Future, 50 contracts. Your target is 1,021 ticks. And in the last 6 or 8 weeks, have you seen the Dow or NASDAQ drop 1,000 points? So what is stopping you from hitting that goal or that target? Say, I deserve to make money easily from the market. I deserve to make money easily from the market. If the highway says to get off and you're going south, what direction are you going to take your car? If the exit ramp says north and you get off north, what direction are you driving? All the market can do is go up or down. So when the market is falling, can I be real with y'all? You need 5 revenue sources. Please write these down. Business, you have to invest long term. Number 3, you have to swing trade. Whether that's options or stocks. Number 4, you have to day trade or short-term invest. There's no way around it. The entire world in the last 2 years has added trading to their business strategy. When you saw Square and Tesla start to buy Bitcoin, every company became a hedge fund. And the 5th is now you have to have real estate. Regardless if a recession happens or not, it is your job to make money for your family, especially if you're a man. I remember when Trump won, and I was trading all night, one of my best nights ever. But I'm like, damn, Trump's about to be president. I called my dad, I said, what should I do? He said, regardless of what president has been in, that's always been bad for black people, follow your plan. Your job is to follow your plan in a up market, down market, good, bad, sideways, or indifferent. Yes or yes? Yes. Number 2, your risk to reward is your ultimate indicator. Most indicators don't matter. I'm going to give you a new one. I want you to risk $1 to make 17. Get out your calculator. If you win 1 out of 17 trades, what percentage is that?
Now, one of y'all passed algebra?
Come on, man. Y'all want to get paid? 1 divided by 17.
Somebody got an Android.
So you mean to tell me, any of you hoop before? If I said you could get $1 million a year shooting 6% in the NBA, how many of you would be in the league right now? All y'all.
Shout out to Russell Westbrook.
How you doing?
Let's get it. Hey, it's Slim Duck. Hey.
All right, so it is another beautiful day. The sun is shining. I woke up and sadly it is the day where I gotta go back home. But I stopped at the Breakfast Club this morning. I stopped at the Breakfast Club this morning. So I was watching an episode of Kev on Stage from Kev on Stage Studios, What's Good? And they did an episode where they came here to Houston, went to the Breakfast Club, and dude was like, if you've been to Houston but haven't been to the Breakfast Club, then you haven't been to Houston. So it's like, I bet I'm going to the Breakfast Club. So so I got my potatoes with cheese. Basically, I got me and my husband the same thing. Because, yeah, he eats the same thing, so. Ugh. And I had a tomato on it. Look at that. Look at that. I didn't know this thing came with tomatoes on it. Tomatoes. You know, I like pizza sauce. I'm not a fan of raw tomatoes. Never have been. And it ain't just one slice of, and this is the turkey sandwich. Look at that. On a croissant. I love croissants. Come on, come on. Gotta get into the potatoes. Very good. Very good. Yes. Thank you for watching. It has been a great time. Abundance is your birthright. Remember, you were born in the image and the likeness of the Most High. So, you know, you ain't got no choice but to have a great day. This is also right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get this video, you know, to at least 5 likes. So, that's right. And I'm